Hi guys, welcome to our Thursday night Sip and Seas. Again, we just got done with my in-home one here at my house. That was super fun. We met different people tonight and some of the same people, and it's just always a joy to be able to do this every Thursday. Nikki and I absolutely love it. So tonight, what I was thinking, so that you don't hear the same testimonies over and over and over again, I think the one that I want to tap into is sugar addiction and energy for me. That usually isn't one that I typically talk a lot about, but it's a real thing for me. I never used to be a pop drinker until I married my husband, because he loves pop. He's giving me a dirty look right now. He loved pop and has drank it his whole entire life. Well, I guess you'd call me kind of a social drinker type of person, because not alcohol, but with the pop, because I guess I just felt like I didn't want to be left out. I had to have a pop too. So then sugar's real. It's a real addiction, you guys. Even the aspartame is considered sugar. So diet drinks have the aspartame in it, and I loved Coke Zero, and I love the diet vanilla Cokes from Sonic because I love the ice and stuff. Well, you can only imagine how much that would add up, especially if there's two of you getting that. And then your kids also have to have that on top of it as well. So it can be a very expensive addiction. Anyway, so it came to the point where I actually was drinking more than Jake was each day of pop. And it would make me very cranky and ornery. It would give me super high highs of sugar where, I felt like, oh, I can kind of get stuff done around the house and the caffeine and stuff. And then probably not even a few hours later, I was like tired and wanting to take a nap and more moody. Those crashes and stuff. She gives a very good example with her face. Anyways, so I started thinking, of this is something I can stop on my own. And so I would try. And then I would get those wonderful caffeine headaches that she ended up having to take like Aleve or Advil for or something. And then on top of that, that's not good either. So my energy on top of that. So with my depression and anxiety, it does not help with not having energy. It's something about how it makes you even more tired, drowsy, lazy, non-motivated and stuff. And that was me on a daily basis. I'm only 31 years old. I was thinking in my head, this shouldn't be my lifestyle of wanting to just lay on my bed all day and watch TV. But that's what I enjoyed doing because that's all I felt like I could do with the least amount of energy that I had. My naps were probably quite a few hours every single day. And then if I got sick, it just intensified it. So that was super, super hard. I got to the point where making dinner did not sound like a great thing to me because I was too tired and less motivated for it. Anyway, so if you don't have energy, what are the type of things you turn to for energy? I started turning towards energy drinks. I loved my Red Bulls, and I would have 2 or 3 of them a day. That's about $3 for a small, I can't remember if it's an 8 ounce or a 16 ounce because it's been a long time since I've had one.
Yeah, 12 or 16.
But those are super expensive too. So I'd have pop and I'd have my energy drinks. And we had some scary things happen in our family with energy drinks, and yet it still did not wake us up from having to stop taking energy drinks. So luckily, as we go into this, I will kind of introduce you to what has been able to help me get off of energy drinks. No, I did not substitute one addiction for another, because usually they say that you usually change one addiction for the other. I started being able to take care of my gut health. Here's one thing that I just want to specify so importantly to you guys to be thinking about when we start going through this, that you don't have to be super sick in order to have these products benefit you, okay? Another thing is it's not a weight loss company. We do have a weight loss line, but this simply is not the only thing that we do. Another thing that a lot of people think too, is it's not just about drinks. It's not just liquid things. It's not meal replacements or anything like that. We do have one like that, but we have 22 products and only one out of the 22 is a meal replacement. So that I can clarify so that you guys understand what this is, now you'll know. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over. Nikki can kind of clarify to you something different that you guys haven't heard that she has struggled with before she was introduced to these products. I put you on the spot.
You sure did, because I don't know what they haven't heard. Let's see.
Hair, nails, skin.
Look at right now, my eyes are so swollen that I look like I have bags. So I'm not tired. I just have swollen eyes.
Oh.
Look at that. Anyway, let's see. Well, you guys, most of you know, there's some in here that are watching for the first time. But what I originally started Plexus for was the energy. That was exactly what I wanted. I got it. I also got rid of my soda addiction. I had a bad one, 32 ounces or more a day. So I had a really bad one. But when I started taking these, I started to notice my skin and my nails to change. My skin started looking healthier. It started to not be, it looked more hydrated, I guess you could say. Plus my nails started to grow. I have acrylic nails on because I've never been able to grow my own nails. They've always cracked right down by the finger and it hurts so bad and they just rip off and they could never grow. So I usually have my acrylic nails on so that I don't have to worry about that. Well, anytime my nail would fall off, my nails were now strong. Like I couldn't believe the strength of them and that they were actually growing. So, and my hair has grown a ton. In fact, my nail lady and my hair lady both of them tell me, stop what you're doing because you come in here too often. I'm like, wait a minute, you're making money off me. Why are you complaining? Because they're tired of doing it every 2 weeks. The nail lady keeps telling me, I don't want to do these again. I just did them. I'm like, I know, but they're a mile long. And my hair grows. I have to have it cut every 6 weeks to keep it short like this, or it grows forever. But yeah, so that was one thing that I noticed big time was that my skin, my nails, my hair all started to feel healthier. And I actually have eyelashes growing back now. Are you kidding me? Like I lost a lot of my eyelashes with my last pregnancy. I know that sounds weird, but it did. And I lost hair with my last pregnancy. And so like the vitamin, the X factor, which she'll talk about, helped my hair grow. And I actually am growing eyelashes without like an eyelash serum or anything like that. It's crazy. You can't see them right now because this thing doesn't do any good for it. But yeah, so that's some things that I noticed. You want me to go over anything else? I don't remember what I've told everybody.
Yeah, no, it's good. We always have different people coming on. So.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and we'll give you a little couple testimonials throughout the middle of it and stuff so you're not just bored with hearing about what the products are and stuff like that, because you always like to be able to hear the real thing, the real deal about how it is affecting people and what it does and stuff. So I will start with our pink drink. That's usually the first thing I start with. Why? Because it's usually our most common product that people like to learn about and to be able to take and stuff. We have two different kinds. Our company came out with this one. Originally, we did have this one, but they revamped it and kind of changed things around with it by adding extra polydextrose in it. So
and changing the flavor.
Yeah, and changing the flavor. So this kind right here is our hunger control. The flavoring is blood orange and lemon lime. I actually like the flavor of this one the best. This one, people are wondering because all you can see right here is the word slim on it. Slim, seriously, hi Mom. Slim seriously does not mean that that's all it is. Like we told you at the very first, this isn't a weight loss type of thing. Both of these originally were created. This one was originally created for diabetics to be able to stabilize the blood sugar. Well, as they got going with having the scientists and the naturopath doctors and stuff look into it even more, they realized that people were benefiting a lot more than just the diabetics getting their blood sugar stabilized and things balanced. So when we were talking about the energy thing, and I told you I would kind of explain to you what products I'm taking that helps me with that, is these are not energy drinks. These are absolutely natural, and they are completely natural. They're colored with beetroot. So if you know anything about beetroot, it's kind of like a reddish purple color, and they so that's completely natural. It's also non-GMO, vegetarian friendly, vegan friendly, pesticide free, heavy metals. I mean, there's a whole list of how natural they make it so that everybody can benefit from this. And it has no sugars in it too. So obviously, because a diabetic would have a hard time taking it if it did, right? So the hunger control has the polydextrose in it. That helps with the hunger control. It kind of lowers your craving for food and sugars and things like that. And you kind of wonder, and maybe Nikki can kind of help me understand this too, is if it's not supposed to make you lose weight, or it's not a weight loss product, then how in the world would the hunger control benefit people then?
A lot of times people have a lot of people have poor relationship with food. And it's not necessarily that they are eating because they're hungry. A lot of people are eating because they are bored. Emotional eaters.
That's me.
It's because it's there. So with the hunger control one, what it does is the polydextrose binds itself together, and it binds in your stomach and kind of expands, and then it metabolizes and digests slowly, and so it makes it so that your body's not craving and wanting the food, and so it'll want it when it's hungry, and it'll want it and want the stuff that it needs, and it's not going to make it so that you start eating the house and eating everything in sight when you get the urge to eat. It makes it so that when you do eat, then you're going to eat what your body needs and have a stopping point and not have to just overeat or keep eating.
Thanks, Nikki. That helps me because I didn't understand that, and I didn't want to teach you something that I didn't understand that's not true. So these are one of our favorite drinks. It does, because they're natural supplements, they do take time to be able to build up in your system and to be able to have your body balance and things like that. A lot of women have noticed, and it's not just a woman drink, but a lot of women have noticed, like with their menstrual cycle and things like that, with the cramping and the moods and the sometimes the bleeding. Sorry if this is TMI, but this, you guys, this is health. You learn this stuff in health class, and if you plugged your ears, then you're gonna have to hear it now. But anyways, so women will even talk about how they'll have like hot flashes and things like that, and it's been able to help with hot flashes and being able to help with feeling tired and things like that, because it stabilizes your blood sugar, so it helps you to be able to maintain a healthy level of blood sugar all throughout the day. And I'm not diabetic either, but it does run in my family. It's a huge gene. We just had the lights turn off on us. And so that's good for that. So if you know people that could use that, then that's something you might want to suggest to them. Then I'm going to go over with the other couple products that usually we combine with the pink drink to be able to save you some money. And because it also, all three of them work so amazingly together, because it helps focus on your whole gut system, which is known, by the way, guys, as our second brain. So with it being the second brain, it's like king and queen of your body. Your main brain is, the king, and your gut is the queen. Those two are the ones that typically rule your whole entire body. So if you have an unhealthy gut, just imagine with that playing such a huge role in your body, what type of havoc it can do if it isn't if it's off or things are unbalanced, or there's a thing called candida yeast in our bodies. Okay, I didn't even know what it was, but what it is it's overgrowth yeast in our bodies, and it's there to be able to decompose us when we die. But if we have too much of it, then it makes it to where our bodies try to decompose before we die. So we have a probiotic. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that. I wasn't before this, but I'm becoming more familiar with it now that we're taking these things. It's been super helpful with Brenlin's autoimmune, along with the pink drink I talked about. But what it does is, if you've heard about things with probiotics, a lot of people will say a good probiotic is one that's kept in the refrigerator. I've heard a lot of people say that. And the reason for that being is because it's heat activated. So if it's not kept in the refrigerator, the moment it hits air, the bacteria, the good bacteria that's in it that your body needs, your intestines need, it ends up dying before it hits your intestines. So that's why they hire the CFUs, the bacteria cultures in it, because if most of them die, you're only getting a very little bit by the time it reaches your intestines, because all of our bodies have heat and acidity in there. The moment it touches our mouth, that's where it enters all that. So with ours, what they ended up doing with it is they made it to where it's in a patent capsule. Patent capsule means it's coated so that when it reaches the heat and acidity of our body, it doesn't dissolve. Every single one of the CFUs, it's got 6 million, or is it billion?
Billion.
6 billion. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't need 60 billion because your body is going to obtain all 6 billion of it.
That's per capsule. So normally people take 2, so you're really getting 12 billion.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Actually, just kidding. It's 2 billion per capsule.
2 billion.
So
sorry, we've been
so you're
misleading
getting
you.
4 billion CFUs.
Okay, that's good to know.
But you don't need it all. I mean, your body can only absorb so many billion CFUs anyway.
And then it releases what
Yeah.
it doesn't need, which is nice. So it kind of helps our body to be able to know what it does need and what it doesn't. And then this is what helps your body to start focusing and responding the way our bodies were made to respond. We all think that we're all fine and dandy until something hits us out of the blue and we're like, oh my gosh, we have an autoimmune. Where in the world did that come from? Or why am I having these aches and pains? Or something simple, as some of you might say, acid reflux. Okay. A lot of people end up having that. My husband had it really bad. I had it when I was pregnant and had to buy a recliner because I would throw up unless I was sleeping straight up. Anyways, back to our probiotics. So it has an antifungal in it. The antifungal, if I'm wrong, is what breaks through those hard layers around our colon.
It breaks up the candida yeast, the overgrowth, and it forms a hard shell. So yeah, breaks through that hard shell of the yeast.
Now, some of us have like layers and layers and layers of it. And a way to kind of tell if you do have some yeast is by looking at your tongue. And mine is full of it. My tongue is super, super white.
The spit test works too.
So what you do with the spit test is you get a clear glass, you fill it about that high.
A couple inches of water.
First thing in the morning before you rinse, spit, or brush your teeth, and you go in, this sounds gross, but you spit into that glass of water. And then you wait a little bit. And if it sits on top of the water, remind me.
Then you don't have an overgrowth of it.
But if it starts to trickle down, kind of like tentacles, or if it drops all the way down like mine did, then that means that you have a lot of yeast in your body.
Try it. I want to hear from everybody that's watching. I want to know what your spit test
seriously,
is.
First thing in the morning, though.
Yeah, it has to be right when you wake up. So you get it.
It's when
Leave
your
the glass
levels are the
next to your.
highest or something.
Yeah. Well, they've been sitting in your mouth all night.
Yeah, incubating,
Yeah.
sleeping with
So
you. Anyway, so it has 5 probiotic enzymes in it. It's got a digestive enzyme in it, and it's super amazing because it's made so everybody can take it. You can benefit from all of it. So that's part of the triplex. And then here's the other one that comes in that combo, or you can buy them individually. But this is our BioCleanse. Cleanse does not mean that it's a colon cleanse. It doesn't mean that it's a laxative either. So they put vitamin C and magnesium. When they combine those, it becomes a magnesium supplement. Google magnesium, guys, because most of us are deficient in it. It ends up messing with our moods, sometimes make us tired, things like that.
Muscle pain, restless
heart
leg,
problems.
Heart problems.
Yep. It's also oxygenated. So if you hear about like oxygenated water or, you know, things with oxygen in it is super good for your bloodstream and stuff. Kind of helps
to balance pH levels too.
Is that what it means when it helps your blood stay not too thin but not too thick? Or is that something different?
That's something different.
Okay, well, never mind then.
But it oxygenates the blood so that it can flow better and help fight off bacteria and fungus because they can't grow in an oxygenated environment.
So here's another thing, okay, guys? This world, did you know one of the number one things that Americans spend money on is laxatives? Did you know that? McKenna and I were, this sounds gross, my car isn't gross, but we found a little tiny piece from a hamburger or something that we had the day before, a piece of cheese. And that piece of cheese was hard as rock. And McKenna came up with like an aha light bulb moment for me, okay? I said, feel this. And she's like, ew, this is disgusting, Mom. It was so hard. And it just froze in that form of how it dried and everything. She's like, this is probably why people get constipated, is because, I'm not kidding you, if you think about it, I should have kept that piece for you guys to see tonight so you knew what I was talking about.
It might have had mold on it.
It didn't, because it has preservatives in it. So
cheese does mold though.
Yes, it does, but it wasn't in my car forever.
No, by the time we showed it here, it might have been moldy.
Maybe. It wasn't sticky anymore. It was completely hard. But just think about what food does inside your system, inside your body, not your bottom, but your body.
Comes out the bottom.
We have so many crevices inside our colon and intestines. Did you know that, guys? Your body, your colon and stuff can hold up to 20 pounds. Of poop
pounds.
In every single crevice.
I swear that's where my first 20 pounds came from.
You never
when
know.
I lost it.
I mean, especially when you're only going once a week.
Yep.
That was me.
That was me too.
So what you should be pooping is 2 to 3 times a day. So 1 time is not normal. 1 time a week is not normal. I don't think I've heard of 1 time a month. I think you'd be dead. But
no.
But I've also heard of people pooping 20 times a day, and that's not normal either, you guys. So there was somebody, and I probably shouldn't say who it is because he would get mad at me, but he had that problem with it, and part of it was his fatty liver from all the greasy foods and stuff that we had. Anyways, what did she say?
Woohoo! We'll forgive you, Jamie. It's okay. You go talk to people about it. It's wonderful.
Okay, so guys, if you're on one spectrum or the other, severe diarrhea or severe constipation, this is not going to clean you out where you're in the bathroom all day. And if that's something that has happened to you because maybe the dosage was different or whatever it was, let us know, because it doesn't do that if you're taking the right dosage or at the right time or whatever. But anyways, so this is something great. This is something good that has kept my whole entire family be able to be regular. It balances it to where you come in the middle. You're not one extreme or the other. So that's our triplex right there, is those first 3 things, or buy them individual, whatever you
choose. Get a better deal when you buy them together. That's why we call it the triplex combo.
Yep. Then a lot of people like to add our adult multivitamin with it, but we do have an adult one and a kids one. Okay, your teenager can take either or, whatever they feel comfortable with, or even your kid from the moment they're able to start swallowing capsules and stuff. It doesn't matter the age, it just matters how they're able to swallow them or take them or whatever, because these are completely natural, so they're safe for infant to elderly. So anyways, our X Factor, the adult one, they come, I don't think it has any in here. I was going to show you they're green. They're methylated. So it's made it to where Plexus was like, there's some people out there that have a certain gene called the MTHFR. Not a swear word.
Not a swear word. Kind of sounds like funny.
It. But they wanted to be able to help people like that be able to benefit from them too, because that gene mutation right there makes it to where folic acid is toxic to the system, and they're also unable to absorb their B vitamins and other things in general. So it makes it super, super hard for them to be able to get the nutrition that they need and to also feel sick on vitamins. Who wants to be able to take a vitamin and feel sick all day from it? Or let alone take a vitamin and not feel anything from it.
That was me.
Both of us have been that direction. I feel like my hair's like sticking up. Is it? Okay. Anyways.
No, it's not, but I thought I'd cut it anyway.
This has made my hair grow a ton. But
this is the one that makes my hair and nails grow.
Yes. And it really, really does. And people notice it pretty quick. It's an amazing thing. I loved adding it to my triplex, and we call it the Fab 4. That why some people, yes, that's why some people get sick when they take the vitamins.
Folic acid
is folic acid. So they put folate in this. Folate is natural, so folic acid is the synthetic form of folate. So they're going to start switching in some of our other products folate instead of folic, because it's so common, you guys. There's about, I think, 60 to 70% of Americans have the MTHFR gene. You should Google it and look it up. It's very possible that you have it too. The only way to find out, though, if you do, is if you specify and ask the doctor for that specific blood test to see if you have it.
Or I don't like the symptoms and think, oh, those are mine.
Yeah, and I did, and I taken them, and I'm good. I don't like needles, so I'll bypass that part. It also has aloe in it. So you aloe drinkers, good news, you don't have to drink
it anymore. Just take this.
You're able to absorb 300% more of your nutrition and stuff.
Good, Jamie. You go spread the word. Go talk to as many people as you can about
Jennifer,
that vitamin.
This is something super, super awesome. One thing, though, I want to note on, though, is I noticed that I got sick to my stomach if I don't eat this one. You don't eat it, you swallow it. If I don't eat food with this one, okay, it could make any vitamins can make your stomach a little upset if you don't have food with it. So
I take mine at night.
So she's good. But I take mine in the morning because otherwise it keeps me up, and that gives you energy and stuff. So I take mine in the morning. Another thing, though, too, that I don't want to keep talking, but I'm finding these things super important that people keep asking me, is you take this next to another medication that you have or another vitamin that you have, and because of the aloe, it makes you absorb whatever you took with it 10 times better. So kind of pick and choose which, you want to take with it. So this is our kids. Yep, Fab 4. So this is our kids multivitamin. Not only is it a multivitamin, guys, it has a probiotic in it. If you guys are vitamin takers, the ones that do, you would know that this would save you money. It seriously does, because in order to get a probiotic and a multivitamin, they're always separate, and you have to pay a separate cost for it and everything.
They're usually loaded with sugar.
And they're not created the same, nor are they plant-based, nor are they, without heavy metals.
Never know what's really in them.
Gluten-free. Gigantic, huge thing. Oh my gosh, like so many people now have gluten sensitiveness or whatever.
Sensitivity.
Sensitivity activity. So they're bioavailable. So you start chewing this baby up and your kids start chewing it up and it is instantly available in their saliva. Super cool. So these ones are kind of a purplish, pinkish color and they are colored with beetroot, just like your Slim or Pink Drink and stuff. So those are awesome multivitamins. Then some of you are told by your doctors or you've found for yourself that you need like fish oil and things like that. And it kind of helps with, what is it called with your skin? Helps it be not moist, absorbed, hydrated. There we go. And your hair dry and things like that, let alone like cardiovascular, heart things and stuff like that. People will say it's important to take your omegas. It also helps with like brain support and things like that and brain function. So a lot of the omegas out there, usually in a bottle for omegas, comes with maybe 1 to 3 of the omegas. Ours has 5 of them in it. What are they?
3, 5, 6, 7, and 9.
There you go. So,
and I don't plant-based. No plant-based. More fishy burps.
I hate fish in general. So just imagine what that's like for me taking them.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
They're in like little gel
caps. So
caps type of things. They're like about this.
Kind of like the vitamin E things that are the.
So they're small. So for those of you that are kind of sensitive to swallowing pills or capsules and stuff, these are pretty simple and they're slippery and smooth when they go down the throat and stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through the rest of them. Like we said, we had 22. So these ones are our E's. These are the pain line. So we have a capsule form and we have a cream form. These ones, if you are allergic to shellfish, you need to stay away from these. They have a New Zealand green lipid mussel as the main anti-inflammatory. Plus it has turmeric, amazing turmeric, and it has 2 other ones that are natural anti-inflammatories. 4 anti-inflammatories. It's amazing.
Yeah, baby.
The capsules you can take in place of like your Tylenol, ibuprofen. Some people are able to reduce pain meds or even get off pain meds because of it. And then the cream, I use this one a lot. And this one is, it kind of gives you that hot and cold, like the
sensation.
Yeah, like the Bengay or BioFreeze or Aspercream, things like that. And it has the menthol smell to it, but once it dries, you have no idea that you're wearing. Like nobody has any idea you're wearing it. This
no
also
burning your eyes. Yeah, sitting by the person that has it on.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Those are so strong.
It also has the lipid mussel in it, and so it reduces the inflammation from the outside in, and the E's capsules are from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! And then we have Nerve. This one is one that helps with neuropathy, helps with nerve pain, that tingling, the pinched nerve feeling. It helps to regenerates new nerves and rejuvenates damaged nerves. Try saying that one a few times fast.
Yes.
This one, yep. This one is amazing. Again, with my herniated discs, I take this one for a pinched nerve when it starts to act up. And it's been the only thing that's touched my nerve pain. It is great.
Helps with circulation.
Yes, it does. Our body cream. This is has activated charcoal in it, which is the main ingredient, and it helps to detoxify the skin, but it also helps like with burns. So like sunburns, radiation burns, blistered burns from, getting your skin burned and it starts to blister. It helps with scars. It can help with eczema.
Skin conditions.
Any kind of skin conditions it can help with.
Acne.
Yep. We've had people use it for acne because it detoxifies the skin.
Gets rid of acne scars. We just talked to one of my ambassadors today and she combined that with our skincare. And I'm going to start doing it. Okay. But I do the skincare, which she'll talk
I'll
about
talk
in a
about in a minute.
second. And she combined doing that afterwards, and she's done it just for a few days, and it has reduced her acne scarring.
Really?
Yes.
Yee!
Yes, I'll tell you who it is in a
Yeah, I
moment,
can't
but
wait.
yeah,
That's a new
you
one to
didn't
me.
see that one?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh my gosh. So I told her, I said, this is fantastic. Like, I got to start telling people this because, we end up finding out these things after, different people respond and react to them different ways. And so it's beneficial. But when she tells you about this, I have a little story to tell you about this product that she's going to tell you about next. Go ahead.
Okay, so this one is our Vital Biome. This is another probiotic, but it is very different from our ProBio 5. Our ProBio 5 helps with the candida yeast and all the other stuff that it wants to get out. This one has 8 strands of probiotics in it. It does have 20 billion CFUs in it because this one's not in the patent capsule, but it is still freeze dried, so neither one of them have to be refrigerated. It's in this special bottle to help keep the air and stuff and heat out so that it doesn't activate. This one, when they sent it through clinical studies, they found that it helps with moods. That was like a huge one. Helps with the anxious feelings and the gloomy feelings and things like that. So that was
Mood
like
stability.
Yeah, that was a big one. When they sent it through clinical studies, they were really shocked. So
let me tell you about something super special and sweet, guys. Okay, it's near and dear to my heart. So with this product right here, probiotic, simple as that, and yet it does so many different things. This, honestly and seriously, has saved my son big time. Okay, when school time comes around, it's always a time for anxiety, big time with my son. He has ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder, and makes it to where focusing and functioning the way a lot of, I wouldn't say normal people because there's no normal people in this world nowadays, but for a child, it's super, super hard for him to be able to catch on to things, has to have things explained to him more often, but mostly and most importantly is he has struggled. The older he has gotten, he has struggled with anger issues big time. He'd get super violent and angry. And another thing that he would suffer with is the depression and anxiety, and so he would become suicidal and things like that. And last year we really had a huge scare with him. I ended up having to be put on a list for a doctor, which we waited for 6 months to be able to, it was kind of, I can't remember what type of specialist it was, but we had so many different people rave about this doctor. And so I was super excited because I was like, we've tried counseling, and counseling did help, don't get me wrong, but we tried all different kinds of medications, and he always had an awful experience with all of them. They either made him too emotional, too numb, or super angry, or do dumb things that he normally wouldn't do. And so he told me, he says, Mom, I'm so sick and tired of feeling this way. Or it would kind of make you feel drugged or whatever, sleepy, where you couldn't function. And so at school and stuff, his teacher would call me in a lot and say that, he's just not getting along with kids, or he's not catching on to things as quickly. I think we're going to have him in a study group, or a group after school where it helps with schooling and things like that. And so I was super worried, tutoring. So all year round he did that, and he says, Mom, I'm so sick of doing that. It makes me feel stupid. I'm not catching on. And he'd still get really, really low grades. So the only thing that helped have him get good grades was Adderall. But when he was on Adderall, it was too intense for him, made him shake really bad, and made him super angry. So here it came time. We finally, 6 months later, we were able to get into this most amazing doctor that everybody raved about. And that doctor told us that, he says, well, let's try him on this. I'm like, we've done that. Well, how about this? 2 hours, you guys, in his office. I came out of there sitting in my car sobbing. My son looks at me and says, Mom, what's wrong? And I said, nothing. I get on the phone, talk to my mom and husband, and I'm like, guess what they want us to do? They said that there's nothing else for them to do with them except for have me take them every single day, Monday through Friday, to the University of Utah, which is super, super far. It would take me like 50 minutes a day to get there, and then another 50 minutes back, especially with traffic. And I would have to leave him there. And he would basically live there. He would do schooling there. He'd be their guinea pig. They would try, and maybe that's worked for some of you, okay? I'm not bashing this or anything, but I just didn't feel like it was right for my little Peyton. And I was so discouraged and frustrated on knowing what to do. So anyways, time went on and the supplements came into our lives, yada, yada. And I decided that, well, this Vital Biome, it's not that expensive. What is it per preferred? Like 30 bucks, 35. And so, which is comparable to most medications out there, you guys.
Most copays.
Except for this is super healthy. So it's made it to where we're not having to refill a medication every month, every 3 months, every year, having to pay the co-pays, having to worry about if we run out of it. And it's helping his digestive tract. So my son this year, when we started school on Monday, I says, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I mean, he was smiling. And this kid, you would say, "Let's take a picture." And he was just always depressed, and you could see it. And he wouldn't make friends. He wouldn't want to play with friends. He would get overly hyper and drive nuts. And so there was all these issues. And I just wanted him to be able to have that normal, happy life that a child should have. Long and short of it is he's been on Vital Biome for, I want to say, like over 3 months. And so far, he comes home today and he's like, "I have homework to do." And boom, he got it done. I'm like, wow, I didn't tell you that, but
no, you didn't.
There you go, surprise. So he's so happy. His siblings are like, they're fighting so much more less because he doesn't have that anger. He's not throwing things. He's not breaking things. He's a super happy kid. I finally have my boy. And I didn't have to have him, go to a place where I couldn't raise him or be with him. I was able to do that with him. So that, I just had to tell you that experience with that product right there.
That one's a good one. Okay, and then we have Edge. This one is like for energy. This one has the same amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee. It is the natural form of caffeine. It also has 2 ingredients in it that help with focus and brain clarity. So this is a good one to replace those energy drinks, like she said. I'm sensitive to caffeine and stimulants, so this one is too much for me, but I know a lot of people that absolutely love it.
And
great
it's an instant.
Yeah, this one's an instant one. So this one isn't one that you have to take over time and then it finally builds up in your system. This one is one you can take as you need it type thing. Then we have our 2 weight loss ones, 3 weight loss ones. I don't have the 3rd one. Block. This one is meant to fall, and I'm sorry, I do this every time. Block. This one blocks 48% of your carbs and sugars from entering your bloodstream. It's great for diabetics, but they also found that it helps people to lose weight. This one has kidney bean, white kidney bean, and brown seaweed in it. And so it helps to absorb the sugar out of your system. And it also, the seaweed expands to help you not eat as much if you take it with a meal. If you take it at night before you go to bed, then we've seen more weight loss with it that way than with just as a meal. It works
all throughout the night.
Because it's getting that remainder of that sugar and carbs and stuff out of your system. Then you have Accelerator and Boost. These 2 both have stimulants in them, so the 2 of them can never be taken together, and they are not supposed to be taken on a long-term basis. Accelerator accelerates your metabolism, and it helps to move things faster. It also has 5-HTP in it, which helps to boost your moods. Then there's Boost. People use that one a lot for like a pre-workout, so it boosts your energy. It also has a cactus in it to help to curb your appetite. Then we have our protein. Comes in vanilla and chocolate, comes in a pack like this with individual protein packets in it. It has 15 grams of protein and 100 calories per packet. They put individual packets because when protein hits the air, it loses its potency. So if you buy like a big bulk thing of it, by the time you get halfway through, you're basically just drinking powder and doesn't have a whole lot of potency in the protein. So they've put it in individual packets. You can mix it in smoothies. You can mix it in, like a shaker bottle with milk, like all sorts of stuff. These are great for like pre-workouts or post-workouts. They're also great for on-the-go snacks. These are not a meal replacement. However, we do have a meal replacement. That'll be the next one. It's called Lean. I don't have it here because it's a brand new one.
Although, wait a second. A lot of people like to do the Belly Buster.
Belly Buster, you combine, go back to that. You combine this and one of the pink drinks in the morning, every morning, and it helps to reduce like the belly fat.
And it actually has a good taste to it.
Yeah, it does. It's actually really good. And then we've got Lean. Lean is our actual meal replacement. It's brand new. It's a vegetarian protein. And it's actually a very smooth texture. It's a chocolate mocha flavor. I wasn't a fan of the mocha part of it, so I don't really use that one very often, but I know a lot of people that absolutely love it. And again, the texture when we tried it was really smooth, and it didn't taste grainy or gritty or anything like that. And so it's a good one. Plus, for every bag that we sell, Plexus will donate 14 meals to Feeding America through our charity, Plexus Charities. So we're excited about that. They've already donated hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million meals to Feeding America because of it. This product right here is where our company started. This is our breast check kit. This does not replace mammograms. It's for men and women to do your self breast exams. It helps to detect lumps faster. This thing looks like
an all a dollar whoopee cushion.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it will enhance the lumps, so it helps to be able to detect them sooner than when you do your monthly breast exams. This is where our company started, was right here 10 years ago. Okay, these two are my favorite. Okay, these are the skincare that she was talking about. Can't really see it, but this is Joyome. This is the most simple skincare regimen you will ever use. Okay, it's wash your face in the morning, put the day cream on, which is this one. You wash your face at night, you put the night cream on.
They're
done.
color coded, so you
They're
don't
color
get
coded.
confused at which. Oh yeah, I got to get that paper out that I lost that tells me which one goes on first.
Yeah. Okay. Simple. This will replace up to 9 products in your skincare regimen because it helps with hydration. It helps with toning. It helps with skin, the coloring, the discoloration spots, firming. It helps with deep lines and wrinkles, with just regular wrinkles. It helps with what am I missing?
Acne,
exfoliates.
scarring.
It helps with acne. It helps to reduce the scarring. I mean, this stuff is incredible. And this right here lasts 2 months. So you buy it and it lasts you. Actually, mine lasts me like 75.
Quite a few people last like 2.5 months.
2.5 to almost 3 months.
Mm-hmm. So it equals out about to $65 a month.
Yeah, for right here. And it does so much. Like, I have loved it.
Everything out there has chemicals in there that you're putting on your skin, and your skin is your main organ of your body. Yep. So take care of it.
They took the gut health and put it, does that sound crazy? And put it in here because your skin has a microbiome system just like gut does. And so they put a prebiotic fiber in it to help with what do you want to call it? Helps your skin to detox, and it also helps it to really just kind of heal itself, to kind of do its things, minimize pores. That's the other one I forgot. Mm-hmm. It also has 11 active ingredients. If you were to go out and you would have to find, I think you have to get like almost 11 different products to get all 11 of these active ingredients. Plus, United States, it's up to European standards. Europe bans 1,300 ingredients that will never be in their skincare products. America only bans 11. That's why European skin looks better than ours. So Plexus banned 1,400.
And yet they're out in the sun a lot
Yep.
more than Americans.
They
They're
are.
more active.
They are. And so these are amazing. That's all I have to say. They're just amazing. Amazing. I can't.
Hi,
can't
Kyle.
rave. Hi, Kyle. Okay.
So yeah, so as she was talking about these two, and then where's the body cream?
This one.
These three right here. You don't
I
have
have
to.
something else to say about
You don't have to buy them all together. But like I was telling you today, one of my really good friends, my ambassadors, she was telling me about this, how she wanted to speed up the scarring and everything, or reducing scarring and stuff. And so she combined the body cream with the Joyome. So I'm going to start doing that too. And I'm getting ready to post my my most recent updates on my face. I have suffered with acne my whole entire life, okay? And the crazy thing is usually you think when you get older, it kind of minimizes, if not like completely goes away. Guess what happened to me? I was like, unfortunate. Mine got worse the older I got. I don't know why. And my face is super, super sensitive. So a lot of you will be like, I can't use your skincare because my face is super sensitive, or I have rosacea. And so, you know, I can only put like dermatologist recommended stuff. Well, what type of people did we have creating these things?
One of the top holistic dermatologists in the country, and a very well-known skincare
Look her up,
specialist.
guys. She is in her 40s,
amazing.
and she looks so much younger.
Oh my gosh, she looks incredible.
Super
She looks like
excited
she's
to
like
bring these
30.
out for us.
She was super excited.
Yeah.
Another thing I have to say about this: there's somebody who used this Joyome on stretch marks.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
I should do that. Oh my gosh.
She was putting it on her face, but then she also did half of her stomach to see, and like the one side that she was using the Joyome on, the stretch marks were fading.
Yeah.
Fading, guys.
A picture of it, guys.
Hello.
We'll post on there for you guys to see.
I can't even believe it. It was insane. So yeah, varicose veins people have had it help with. Those rotten sunspots that we're getting. Oh my gosh, I can't stop raving about this product. I am so in love with this one. Bless our triplex.
My mom uses this, guys.
Oh, Barb, you look amazing.
People like crazy tell her how much different and younger she looks. Super awesome stuff, guys.
Okay.
Is that everything?
That's them all. Anybody have any questions? If there's anybody still on here with us? We haven't bored you to death. We're kind of fun to watch. Come on.
You'd think we would get bored teaching the same thing over and over again every single week, and we could easily quit if we wanted to. I mean, this isn't sponsored. Yeah. This isn't a sponsored thing by Plexus, you guys. Like with our line of work, this business and everything, we have choices in every single thing out there completely. One thing that Jake and I used to talk about all the time with the business part of it was, if we ever owned our own business and everything, we'd really suck at the finance part of it. Guess what?
Glad we don't have to deal with that.
I was blessed with that. Somebody up there was listening, because I got my dream of owning my own company, but I don't have to pay mega bucks for a financial assistant or whatever to do the financial part of it, or to figure out the compensation plan, or to figure out how to pay all my employees and everything. Like that, seriously, is all done for me. So I can go and do my thing. I can enjoy what it is that I'm doing, who I'm working with and stuff when I work with her. And, you know, some of you are like, oh, I work with this person every single day. I have to see their face.
Coworkers.
If I don't want to see her one day, then we don't get together, you know.
To go home. Just kidding.
And we don't have to worry about daycare. We always we talked about this big time, guys, is our husbands have similar hours. Her husband, you know, lately is working a lot more than Jake is. But the thing is if we were to go get a job, we would have to get, we'd have to do a daycare or something like that, because we would have nobody to watch our kids. And not only that, but daycare, as a lot of you know, it's super expensive. So our paychecks would be going towards just paying for our kids not to be with us. Some days that might be nice, but
yeah, like today. Oh, I wanted to
But
sell him today.
we have the freedom and the enjoyment, the capability, I mean, you name it. And guess what? All we had to pay was just to start the business part of it. $34.95. And
$34.
sometimes, like every couple months or whatever, this business will do it to where it's like at a major discounted rate. Sometimes you can have a free membership, things like that. And it's kind of like a Costco membership. You only pay it one time a year.
You get wholesale pricing after that.
Yep,
Who doesn't
yep.
want to save? You make up that
25%
$34.95 in 2 months. You make it up in savings in 2 months.
Yeah. So the
Of
deal,
buying your own products.
the deal I'm offering you guys now, if any of you want to be able to have opportunity to be able to make some extra money, I'm not saying that this is what we are throwing out there constantly, but the thing is this is super, super important. I've noticed how much cable prices are going up for people, and utilities and house prices, property taxes.
And wages are
rent.
not going up.
Rent is more than
Ugh.
owning a house monthly.
The people next door to my house are renting the house for double what my house payment is. Are you
Guys,
kidding?
it's getting super,
gets
super hard
ridiculous.
to be able to afford things.
Oh, no wonder
know?
everybody has to work.
Your tires blow on your car, you don't have that saved up, medical
Credit
expense
card.
happens where you have to go to the
Credit card.
ER. You're paying on that for months. And
Christmas is coming up in 4 months. Oh!
yeah,
This is a great way to save Christmas money.
yeah. I didn't even think about that.
I just thought of that one.
Jeez. So
Genius.
I'm offering you guys right now, if this is something that you want to do, you want to be able to make extra money, all I'm asking from you is to join just with the $34.95. It does nothing for me because you're not bringing anything in yet, but I will train you, or she will train you. We will train you, we'll give you the steps, we'll help you along the way side by side, which is super fun because if you're on social media,
you might as well get paid for it.
You might as well, and you're on your phone.
Bye, Jamie.
Bye, Jamie. So those are some great opportunities. For us, it's a win-win because not only we get to enjoy the things that we're taking, they're paid for, and we also get to be able to benefit our families by being able to stay at home with our children and tune in whenever it is we want to tune in or tune out. So we'll let you guys go. Maybe that's a whole other story.
That's another day.
So we've talked to you for about a good hour, and we'll let you guys go on and get to bed so you can have your wonderful weekend starting tomorrow.
Oh, it's Friday.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.
See you. Ta-da, ta-da.